should turn off that picture from last time.
There we go.
Let's do this.
I
we
can
go.
get it
Okay.
over here.
Yes. And then we have cat. Cat
Cat Cam.
Cat cam.
She's drinking water.
Yeah, well, that's one of the few things of water that I haven't emptied this morning.
But it,
No. Oh, I wanted to ask you, do you want to have somebody... Yes,
Hi.
Catherine's. Hi, Nix!
Hey.
Yes. Do you want to do... Once the bottom has been rounded, do you want to attach the handle first or the feet first?
I want to round the bottom first.
Oh, yeah. No, after you finish the bottom.
Do the feet first.
Okay.
And
I
yeah, you do the feet first, and you have to let it sit,
Mhm.
and then
And then you do the side
because
handle.
you have to.
Okay.
Actually, you'd round it, let it dry, put the handle
I did
on.
get the feet finished.
Yeah.
The feet roughed.
Okay, I know.
I know it's chilly out here.
Yeah.
Thus the coats. Well, you
Yes.
have your warm fuzzy shirt on.
Yeah,
Cat knocked the camera up here again.
of course she
I'm
did.
to adjust this one. There we go.
Now that she's had her fill of the water there.
There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. But yes, Marion provided us with the fabric. Yes.
Yeah.
The
I
warm
can't
coats.
quite wear that throwing though.
No.
Rounding off the bottom of a pipkin right now. So
Yeah, the skillet that pairs with it hasn't let go yet.
of course it hasn't. Of course, this one may just
Yeah, he may not need to be force rounded. He may just be trim rounded. Shards of clay going everywhere.
Messi's process.
Oh, I know, because
Yeah,
very little of it stays in the wheel head. It ends up all over the floor. There's definitely a fallout radius.
oh yeah. So trimming the bottom, then I'm gonna turn it over.
Yeah, the side handles for both are
Let's see.
are plenty firm.
Put them back in there. Slobbits. You. There.
Oh,
I'm sure I
yes.
need something that's only one hole deep rather than the two.
Rather
'cause
than
those
two
ones
holes.
are pain in the butt.
They can see it in the small camera, but what I can do is while she's smoothing that, I can pan around and we can check out the new tool arrangement.
All
Yes.
connected to pieces of cardboard.
Yeah, that's a folded up piece cardboard box that we attach these little pieces of pegboard to. Now she has a flat display of tools.
So I can find my tools easier. Because they were getting all buried.
There we go. There. Finish the pivot.
Oh, $26 off Amazon.
Yeah. Because we weren't sure exactly how large of a piece of pegboard we needed or what sorts of pieces of pegboard attachment were going to work nicely.
And now,
Oh, I need to adjust the camera. See what you're doing there. And you're forcing the bottom outwards from the inside. Yep. Gotta adjust the camera. There we go.
no, does that work? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, no, but no, I'm.
You're doing it with the wrong hand, aren't you?
Also, you can't see it anyways because, well,
Yeah,
my
you see,
hand
you
is
can
on it.
see you pushing on the inside.
Oh, here we go. Better angle.
There we go. I'll just keep adjusting the camera to track where you're holding it. So you have your hand on the inside and you're rounding it outwards.
I'm rounding it outwards. That way the bottom of the pot will be all nice and even, so it'll cook more evenly.
Did you find our hand washing basin there, Nix? You don't want that. It's kind of all stirred up right now. It'll leap across to the table. Nah.
This floor's
Sure.
cold.
Floor is cold. Floor is lava. Hi.
Clay is very cold. It's like taking the clay out of the refrigerator and trying to use it. Yeah.
Well, it was only 44 before I got the heater going out here. It wasn't that cold today.
It's not like it's gonna like.
Which is actually what I
frozen.
titled the video. It's not that cold.
Put it back on here and I can.
The smooth white clay. Do you want me to? The thing is if I put hot water in the bucket right now, it wouldn't do you a whole lot of good because you're not doing a wet task.
No, it's not sitting on there evenly. Ah,
Got
let's see where it is.
And now I need to angle the camera back down. Oh yes, I just turned that back on. That's. The water is already mostly heated. Nope. Jesus. Once we're done today, I'll switch it from the heater to the dehumidifier.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where things aren't drying.
Yeah, considering the
Everything.
cups that were uncovered for 2 days have not lived over bats.
Yeah.
Oh, this is that bat. You know, this bat is actually snapped completely through for about 6 inches.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you can still use this one.
There's just no saying some of these things though.
No.
I have to make sure that it is round.
Yes, it did bump the cat very good. Ah, you found my wire tool. Oh, it's getting put away now. Into the drawer with it.
Okay, so now this has to just.
He needs to sit now.
Yeah, because he's not.
Here, should I put the feet underneath it?
You can put the feet underneath it.
Okay. Here. Put all 6 feet towards the center. Yeah, there's enough for both. There we go, and he'll go back over here.
What?
Yeah, when I tried to flex
Come on.
the.
What?
Why?
What did you do? One of them is. Whoa. Yes. There. Only one of them is going to come out.
There we go.
A little bit of construction.
Nix, what did you just do? You did nothing. I get it. Oh,
There we
you were
go.
playing with that again. Calm down. Calm down. Yeah.
As in,
Warm water. Do you want to throw with the white clay, or do you want to throw with black?
well, we talked about which one we were going to do.
And I don't remember which one that was.
You have one job. You're supposed to remember these things. Do you expect me to remember them?
Even I was like, we talked about it. Like, great. What was it? You're supposed to remember. Well, I stuck 2 varieties, white and black, in front of the heater.
Okay.
We have moderately small cups out of white, or we have really big cups out of black to do.
So start with one and then do the other.
Okay. So, since the white goop bucket is open, do you want to start with white?
Sure. Let's do the
Okay. I have hot water.
wet goop.
Okay. Can you actually hand me those white bags? Because,
Sorry?
well, or you can feed them through the tongue.
Because it fell over.
There we go.
There. And it's also.
Ooh, that plastic is warm. It's- because we haven't gotten to the point where we're actually remembering to bring the clay in to warm up before throwing it. Just been putting them in front of the heater.
Yeah. No.
There we go. And we can bring up the reference item because the smaller white cups we have to do are. So that's black. Let's put I did put past the white. The bunny mugs.
Bunny bugs. Okay.
So I will bring up the copy to this stuff. Someone commented on the post. I think it may have been something that you wished happy birthday.
Probably. I try to wish people happy birthday every morning. Whatever birthdays are up on the Facebook says so and so has birthdays. It's a little thing, but I try to do that every day.
Okay.
I get to it 9 times out of 10.
Edit. Change which picture this is pointed at. And drag it up to the right spot. Make it visible. There we go. And it'll be visible to you in just a second. In larger than
do.
screen.
One.
Wait, not yet.
Nope.
Still not yet. We're getting thumbs ups.
There we go.
There's the image. And that's the lag time.
Yes.
At least today. Okay, so the original image, look at them. When I save these images, I actually save the sizes of the originals. So the height on that was 7 centimeters.
I think we said it was roughly 3 inches by 3 inches.
And 3 inches by 3.5, because it's definitely wider than it is tall.
So 3 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide.
Yeah, it's that 3 to 4 range, yeah.
The 3 to 4 inch.
Oh yes, I put my tool away. So something that size,
About 8 ounces.
yeah. The thing is, what really confused me is I was about to say an ounce amount, but had nothing to do with the volume of the cup. It was how much clay I should cut off, and I'm like, no, you can't make that out of 8 ounces.
Oh dear.
So if we're saying it's like an 8-ounce cup, maybe if I cut you off like 22 ounces of clay.
Yeah, let's see. Goes the date.
Oh. That's funny. 122. There we go. Now it's 22. There we go.
Not too much goop. Whoa.
I also need to pull some handles out of that clay.
Oh, stick to the damn bat.
Hey, Nix, are you looking for warmth now? Honey, you want up on my shoulder? Can you hang out where it's warm? Oh! Or send your human rocketing forward into a chair? Wow, you poofed that tail. Let me see, Nix.
I don't know, but it was worthy.
Nope, not my wire tool. I think she caught sight of the window meter in the backyard. And I know it's not the technical term of the little gauge that measures the wind.
It's all my fault. I started calling it a window meter.
That she did. I think there might be the right amount of clay. And it looks like it's not thin, the walls on that. If I recall correctly, it was basically like a sweetened, heated alcohol beverage that was served.
Okay.
Because it sits in the description.
Okay, that's good. Like,
It said it is a specific type of mug. It gave a little history background as to what was served in it. I can't recall that now.
yeah.
At least the clay's not overly cold. Where I want a piece of touching right now, at least. Those are going to be tiny little animals. Nix, you can't climb through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Pull up the sleeves so I can pull the handles. Let's see. I'm going to do 2, 3, 6 normal size white handles. Well, I think I have succeeded in softening this stuff, so I'm going to go get some firm white to make the handles out. While you're busily throwing that back.
Getting the shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're back.
Not putting a foot on it. Or not too high of a foot. The right shape. Goes in a little bit. There we go.
Decidedly warmer in here. Yeah. Nix, that's a. Please don't. Mine. Play die I made the other day.
Okay. So does looks about the right shape. Well, let's see if it's about the right size. Let's see. Yeah, it's 3.5 wide and 3 tall.
Okay, Nix!
Right on the
please don't
nose.
steal
First
the
try.
dice. There, put the bowl in there.
How's that?
Not bad, not bad. Yeah. It's one of those things is trying to get, and yes, nice and smooth on the inside. So it looks like 22 is the right amount of clay?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another 22-ounce piece.
Okay.
And I will, this guy, go up on this shelf. Now this guy can go on this shelf. And I'll touch a bunch more pieces that size. Okay. One, two. Oh, okay, yeah, you found my vest, didn't you? You want to settle in the vest? Yeah, I left it out here from the other day.
Yeah, she's not fond
There
of
you
cold,
go.
but she wants to be out
I
here.
know, she still wants to be out here with us.
Oh, it's what, 52 degrees out here? It's not that, as
It's
you
a
said,
matter
it's
of-
not that cold.
It's not that cold.
Keep telling yourself that. As
Yes,
long as you have hot water to put your hands in, it's
Yeah.
all good.
It's not that cold. It's not really that cold. Leave my wire tool up. That's another one. Someone else. Oh, hello. I put the. I should have known. I should have known. That
You
was
have
not out of reach.
pockets, Sarah.
I do have pockets. Well, like, I'll
But
just
you-
toss it over my shoulder for the moment. You know, you'd be warmer if you stayed up there, Kitty. Hi. Wow. You'd be even warmer if you would actually crawl into the hood. Yes. You just gonna sit there? This totally is not gonna throw off my balance. Not at all, Nix. That piece is too big. The ear on that side's not cold.
I have been trying to paint on the platter. Anytime I get that one platter out
Oh, she
to work
loves
on,
that platter. I don't know why she's quite so obsessed with sitting on it.
that one. I
Yeah.
can work on other platters and she doesn't bother me.
You leave some be. Is my shoulder warm? Is my shoulder warm? And I have this one thing that I keep dangling from my hand. No. This is remember the kind of lights on this side? Okay.
And
There she got you.
here we go.
Oh. Next.
Next bag.
Okay. 5, 7.
That one's good picking.
I also don't want to put the gooey food in my pocket. Okay. So, forms 2. Got that one over there. 2 more, that's 5. 6. And 7. Oh, that is a crunchy bag.
It is. Oh, this one has gushy.
You need what, about an ounce to make up for that?
Oh my goodness. Gushiness.
I'm sorry.
There. It would come off anyways.
Yeah.
I started throwing. It's too soft. It just does not.
It sloughs off.
Yeah. Nice warm water. Give my hands a bit of a rest doing these little cups.
Pre-round chunks for you.
Lumpy, lumpy, squishy, squishy.
I'll be on this squishy. I don't know if the pre-rounding of the chunks does you any good whatsoever.
Saves a few seconds.
Yeah.
And cumulatively, that does help.
Yeah. Is it warmer right in the middle of the room? You know, if you went and sat in front of the heater, you'd be cozy.
She doesn't like that heater.
I don't understand why not.
I know. She just does not like that heater.
Okay. Hi!
She
likes
climbed
this
you like
coat.
a tree.
Yes! All of a sudden, I saw these eyes. I saw the prep. Hey, sweetie. Hi. Okay, now I can't see.
That's a little
Hi.
counterproductive there, Nix.
Do you want to go back inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's bracing up against my head now.
It's cold.
Those cold paws are soaking free. Okay, sweetie, you want to go inside? You go inside? Yeah. I brought her over to her box, and she was like, yes, open the door. Let me in. Let's go. I've been out here now. Now I can go back.
Yeah.
She seems to have discovered that this coat is heavy enough that she can just run up it without any screams from the human.
Yeah. And after I get this batch of white ones done, I can move on to doing the large black ones.
Okay. So you want to stop with the current pile?
That's
okay.
what I said.
I was just verifying because I had another partial bag of clay.
But this would be good. That way I can get to both of them.
Okay. As I said, it's just verify. It's like you're talking about the pile that you do have, not the entire contents of what I've still got. That bag can go there. And let's see if I can reach through. Nothing else. Rotate this bag. Nope, can't reach. My arm's too short. I was going to rotate the bag of black so that the other side would start getting warm. There we go.
Like that?
Yeah, just like that.
Okay, here we go.
Whoop.
Another one. Coming out.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly like that. That last one has less of a foot than the first two.
That one was kind of lumpy.
I'm
Clay.
sorry. Yeah,
It's kind of like.
my apologies if it's lumpy.
Save that one for this last one. If you get too much, you scrape off the gooey stuff and add more other stuff
It
sometimes.
doesn't work so well. Got it.
Not with this clay.
It works with the red.
It works
It
with the
doesn't
red,
work
but
with
that one's
any other color.
special.
Okay, now I can get back out my wire tool. The cat's not going to try to run off
Mm-hmm. She had her time out
of it.
here.
She had her time out here.
And
She
it's
was
cold
good.
down there. It's, I don't know. It's, what?
Yeah, I was just looking at the time because I'm like, hey, how long is it that she's been around? It's like about
50.
20 minutes.
15, 20. And
Yeah.
she's just kind of like, nope.
And I'm out.
I'm done.
Because the clock for the timer on the video recording was reading 29 minutes. So you said 20 to 25 minutes, and then she's just, take me inside, please.
After 15
done.
minutes, she's just kind of not happy.
Yeah,
So it's
she's
the
like, she's trying to find a warm spot. And what didn't help is I hadn't been sitting in a chair. There was no warm seat to feel.
Yeah.
What kind of clay do you prefer? Kaya is asking.
Depends on what I'm making.
I suppose you're weird that you like variety.
Yeah, I do really like variety. I mean, this clay can be ornery and just
The clay we're using right now, it's a smooth white. It's frequently what classes will give beginners to work with because it's less irritating to the skin of the hands.
it doesn't, but it's not the easiest thing to throw
No,
for a
it's not.
beginner. So I'm going, why are you doing that?
Well,
Get the
and then,
this clay has limited shapes that it does well.
yeah, like the shape on the screen. It does that. Not much more than that in terms of shape.
Well, then you also do the Isnik tankards
Yeah.
and the platters.
It doesn't do much in the way of curve.
The smooth clays, they have their thing that does well.
Yeah,
I mean,
think if I
doing the black clay is got to be one of my favorite clays.
the
but-
black,
Yeah, but it also has a more limited scope.
yeah,
I like the red clay because you can do any shape out of that one.
yeah. The red clay is the most versatile in terms of shape.
Yeah. So in that regard, that would be my favorite because
So versatile.
it's very versatile. You can do a lot of things with it. It's friendly. The stoneware is another one that's friendly, but if you fire it too high, it warps badly.
Yeah. I haven't experienced much in the way of warp with the red.
So it doesn't warp.
Trying to
You
figure
can
out
throw
what
big or small with that. The black, it's limited as to the size you can throw.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it cracks.
The black doesn't do big. There we go. The red, the black, and this white, pretty good sculptural clays if you're just doing fine detail work. But if you're doing something large, you need to use something with more tooth.
Yeah.
Like
Something that's more gritty.
because this is a very smooth clay.
It's really good for doing the platters.
Yes.
That one came out round. That's not good. It's supposed to be little.
It's got like
Straighter.
micro S side. Okay, it says, I love the red clays too. But I've noticed that the glossing can be interesting. Red clays are very finicky,
Very variable.
extremely variable. The red that we use is a very pale red. It took us a bit of searching to find a red that was light enough in color once fired to properly mimic the color of Grecian clay.
Yeah, what was very specific to
Yeah, we were going for
We've tried quite the number of different red clays.
some of them they turn dark brown.
Some of them will turn your hands carrot orange.
Yeah.
I think that was the Hawaiian red.
Yes.
Did that.
Yes, it was.
Well, what that is, it's a high iron content.
6. I needed 6 units. And red clays start getting a little more finicky with what kind of glazes go over them.
Yeah, well, you have it's red iron oxide. It's rust.
It interacts with the
It
glaze
interacts.
chemistry. Because you're not just talking about layering colors, it's the off-gassing and chemical content of the clay will affect what your glaze does.
So you
Yes.
can get all sorts of different kinds of things there.
It's like the black clay. There's only ooh, stop motion. Okay, there we go. Caught up.
And this one is going to have to go back in there.
Okay.
Oh, and that one gets stuck to its neighbor. I end up
Okay, so
losing about 20% of that
These
clay.
2 balls need to go back in the baggie.
Yeah, because they're too soft.
Okay.
Because I was noticing it with this last one, didn't want to hold shape. Because this clay doesn't have a lot of structure.
No.
It's
it does
smooth.
not. Okay.
And then porcelain is fun to do, but it has its own uses too.
Yeah.
So I suppose what clay do I like best for what application?
If you like it using both the black and the porcelain together because they have similar properties and you can swirl them.
Yeah, and those ones come out really good. Those ones are fun. Did that the first time. I was kind of like,
I'm bored.
I'm bored. I'm going to take some of this and some of that, and I'll put it together,
And they work.
they work.
Because they have the same shrinkage rate.
Shrinkage rate, and they're also both a smooth clay, because if you don't use clays that have similar properties, they'll tear themselves apart in drying, if not in drying in the kiln, which would be bad.
I'm working on right now are the candles for the pieces that we threw the other day. Not the pieces, not these little handles.
Yeah, for this shape, we're probably better off with a slightly firmer clay.
Okay.
This is a much firmer piece.
That was out of the second bag.
And it was actually,
It was better?
it was better.
Okay, well, I put those two other softer ones in the bag with the firmer stuff.
Oh, good.
So that should mitigate. I agree playing with the clay to the application. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
once upon a time, someone goes, but you have to choose which is going to be your favorite. And you'll have your one true clay is, no.
Nope. That's not the way to do it. If you want to specialize, you can specialize in clay. Catherine starts really love your reproduction work.
Thank you. I really like doing the
And
reproduction
when
work.
people ask you what sort of pieces you like doing best.
I like doing the reproduction. I like doing the Greek because of the experimental archaeology aspect of it.
Yeah.
How
Reproducing those freaky shapes.
and some of those freaky handles, but they're cool too. So it's kind of like, okay.
In that way, we really lucked out that the clay that we found to match the color of the Greek ware was actually very appropriate in texture to reproducing the Greek ware.
It's a gritty clay rather than a smooth clay. You just have to learn how to burnish it correctly
Yeah.
to have it not be so grainy. Because that one, if you spend too long throwing, it brings up the grain.
It's a red stoneware, basically.
Yeah,
in
it
that
is.
regard.
It is very much a red stoneware. It has sand in it rather than grit.
Rather than grog.
Yeah, which is the grit
Yes.
aspect. Grog is not fun.
No,
If you like
grog
if you like
hurts.
throwing with grog, that's great. You can have really sturdy pieces. You can have the big pieces and stuff, but it's going to be harder to throw. And also, it's like having sandpaper on your hands.
Yeah.
And as it is, I have little to no
She
fingerprints
has
left.
callouse over the entire surface of her hands.
Yeah.
It's a month or so ago, I think at this point, we did a stream where I was doing the first batch of throwing I'd done since
Middle
school. So yeah, we're talking of over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't have that callus, and I'd started off with the grittier clay, because it has more structure. It's easier to get a shape to stay up with. It's only easier to throw with if your hands have the callus. Because do you burnish with a smooth stone or coconut shell?
No, it's
No.
just whatever works best with the clay.
Yeah.
With some clays, it's better with wood. Some it's better with stone. Some it's better with
Silicone
antler.
rib.
Silicone rib.
Yeah. Show off your red ribs. No, not those ribs. That rib.
Silicone ribs.
So we also have, I don't think it's not up here. It's down in the lower half of the studio.
Yes. If you
We
look
have
up
the one that's a piece of, what is it? Bison horn?
this one,
Oh, is he up here?
It's right
Yeah. Okay.
Because I've used stones. Over the years. Try this one. And so I've tried. I have like just the really eclectic array of
Here, what I will do.
Because you have the flat side, you have
You're out of
that, you
shot.
have the bit of
Lower down. There we go.
because
Yeah,
you
so
have
that's
that.
horn.
That's horn.
And what I can
You
do,
have things like this, which are
that's a
no.
cake decorating tool, isn't it? No, that was for,
a grout tool,
that was a grout tool.
wood ones,
You generally only use that one for Greek because it's so big.
big ones,
So what I'm
little
gonna do-
ones, the big chunky wood ones, and also depends on the kind of wood.
Yeah.
I have some wooden tools that are
Older than I am.
considerably, yeah, since I was in high school.
I grew up around this as a result, yes.
So they're over 40 years old. And I've had wood tools that break in a couple of years.
Bison Stone, where did you get that? The local ceramic shop. In our, that one came from the one in Tacoma, right? Yes, yes, that's where we found that one. A lot of clay tools, the ones that aren't being produced, are extremely regional. They're made by someone local.
Because of the cost of making them. You have to find someone who makes them and they'll sell them.
And it's like something that sometimes they'll only like make one batch.
Yeah.
And you'll never ever find those ones again.
Or you have someone who gets interested and they'll make you a few tools.
Yeah.
And then realize that no, you couldn't make a living at it because you couldn't get more than $5 or $10 on that, and you just spent 2 hours making it.
This, let's see if I can get it in front of the camera. This small one, which just has 2 grooves on it that we use for large skull teeth, and the other end is just a single groove bit. And that one is somebody was hanging out with us and carved us a few wooden tools.
Yeah. But you're better off making the clay tools out of a hardwood.
Yeah, those ones were unfortunately a wood that
It was just some scrap wood.
As compared to this, where is that tool? Oh, there we go. This is one of the 40-year-old ones. See how shiny that wood is?
I've had that since I was in high school.
It is a very smooth textured wood. I have no idea.
Yeah, so
we have to ask a woodworker what sort of wood that is. But it has basically invisible grain.
Yeah. So you can use pretty much anything for burnishing.
Yeah.
I've used polished rocks. I've used
the tumbled stones.
or just stones we found out when we're hiking because it was a cool shape, picked it up, and we tried it for
Yeah. Now, in terms of texture, there's sometimes where you'll find pieces of driftwood that are that really glossy, smooth finish.
Yeah.
Bet that would work.
That would also work. Also, the tool has to be comfortable to hold.
Yeah, if it doesn't fit in the hand right, you're not going to use it.
I think it's more to the point of, does it work for you?
Yeah.
Not that there's one true way.
One true tool.
Oh my God, there's so many teachers that teach like that. It is. There's only one true way of doing things. If you don't do it like this, you're wrong. And you can only use this one material for smoothing, or and it's kind of like
if you want horn ones, I'd maybe contact someone who works and makes, say, drinking horns.
Scrap.
Yeah, scrap.
Just get some scrap horn.
Or if they get like a piece of horn that's too small for a drinking horn.
Yeah.
Or the knife makers may have a good source because the horn handles that they normally would cut to scales.
Right.
Time to wet the
Yeah. Also, cleaning it would work too, but.
That's like when people ask you about cleaning your bats. Yes, good idea. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. As I just, yam around. Yeah.
Those handles look awful round, don't they?
They do.
And kind of very tapered. Not that big.
I'm glad I could answer the question. Because
Yeah.
just keep rattling on, and it's kind of like, yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Like that? That much handle?
We'll see.
I'll make a couple of those.
Yeah,
Okay,
make
so
some
you
of
have
those.
6. I'll make like 7 or so. This is actually a clay that I pull a lot of handles out of because we also do the cookie stamps. Because once upon a time, when it came to mugs, she pulled all the handles. But I think it was you had irritated your shoulder driving.
Yeah. I did something and I think it was my shoulder. Oh, I remember what that was. I threw my shoulder out by doing too many classes.
Oh,
And demos
yes.
at the fair
You
that
injured
year.
yourself teaching
Yeah.
because you didn't want to disappoint anybody.
People kept asking.
But after that, well, I'd been doing the handles for the cookie stamps for a while. It's like here, why don't I try pulling some larger handles?
There you go.
This is how I ended up being the kiln tech as well.
Years and years ago, even before I started the business.
Yeah, I've been your kiln tech for probably closer to 20 years.
Yeah. I'm bored. Is there anything I can do to help? Okay, here, glaze these pieces, put them in the kiln. You know how that's done.
I even decorated pieces.
Yeah.
It's funny as I-
That was back when I was going to Cal State Hayward.
Yes. Because I was trying to think about how old I was at that point.
About 16.
Yeah. So 20 years. Do you make your own underglazes? No, we do not. We use commercially made ones
Because
that way they're all food safe.
you can use a food safe recipe, but something as simple as changing your water source will change the quality of your glaze. I used to make my own glazes back when I lived in Dublin, California. We had municipal water.
And this is back before we started the business.
Oh yeah, years before. And it was 2 things. Beautiful Celadon green glaze.
Never ran, never
It was
anything
just
friendly.
Perfect, friendly, wonderful green glaze. We moved up to Humboldt County, which is
300 miles north?
300 miles north on the coast, in an old logging community with 95% of the allowable copper by law in the water. That changed the glaze. It was even the same batch of chemicals. You can't say it was a different batch of chemicals, something wrong. It was the same ones.
We're really careful about doing the gram measurements.
Yeah. And, it came out, it crawled, it was acidy looking, it was metallic.
It was very much not food safe.
Yeah.
And rendered that way solely by
the water. Got to the point where didn't add water to the clear glaze, it got too thick. Because it would turn the clear glaze green. So if we ever have to add water to glaze, we buy distilled water. That way it's not adding anything.
And during the winter, we have an admirable source of distilled water called
air
dehumidifier. This time of year, the water in the studio is just endlessly recycled.
Yeah, it's called But so it was the nice.
I'm gonna need that. Roll the log of clay through the gap here.
And you can't say anything about it being. You can't say it's food safe unless it's been tested.
And there's only a few labs in the States that
And they
will test
charge money per batch, and you'd have to test every batch to say it's food safe. So if you're doing this as a business,
it gets real pricey real quick.
you also you're not required by law to say one way or the other.
Prop 65 is a
California, it's a California law that says if there's anything toxic, you have to state what it is.
Like if it contains lead.
It contains leads, too much copper, too much cobalt.
Barium.
Barium.
Is also common. Green colored.
Strontium,
Wait, no.
which is not as toxic as barium.
Still not friendly.
So its type thing is, ethically. Oh, this comes from the problem of having too much education in that regard. I know the difference. I know the difference, so therefore, in good conscience, couldn't do that. But you know what? You don't want to. Not only do you not want to poison your customers, you don't want to poison yourself, because that stuff gets in the air. It's going to get on you. A lot of them are cumulative contact poisons.
When I'm
And the underglazes.
we end up with the underglaze all over us, all over the couch.
Yeah.
The cat ends up with underglaze on them.
And the underglazes that we use now, we know, are mason stains, which are much more stable.
Non-toxic, dinnerware safe. They're not poisonous even in their unfired format.
You could eat it. It's fine. It
You
would
don't want to
taste
eat it.
bad.
It's gritty.
It's gritty.
Like the time you cleaned your brush and
I
your
put my-
tea.
Yeah, it was
Which was better
terrible.
from the time you cleaned your brush and your
I
scotch.
dipped it in. I didn't swish it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is 47 ounces. You need a change of colors when it comes to the water.
Yeah.
Where's the water thing for that? Oh, I see it. No,
Oh,
that's
no.
not that one. It's, oh goodness, it's stuck. There we go. Hi. Oh, look, and there's your black sponge.
Oh, yeah. There it
Actually,
is.
this guy over here. Sorry about the camera. Kitties chew on everything. Kitties
Yeah.
step in everything.
Yeah, then they clean their feet.
Yeah. We've ended up with underglaze pattern paw prints
On things.
on things.
Or what she did to me earlier this morning, there's this one platter I've been working on for a while, and every time I pick it up, put it on my lap, here
She
comes
sits
the
on it.
cat. She comes and curls up and goes to sleep on it. So I have nearly 10 pounds of cat on top of this platter on my lap.
10 pounds of cat, 7 pounds of platter.
Yeah.
And you're trying to lean around the cat. Okay, I want to see if that makes the right size cup first. Doopy-doos. But yeah, that's the long story of why we don't make our own.
Yeah, and it's also, yeah.
Also, since they make larger batches and they're making them professionally, they're
And
a
they
lot more repeatable.
And they have a lot to lose, so you better believe that they're actually going to get them tested.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because we use, the
15 to 20 years ago, it was $150 per test.
yeah per test.
Oh, you're going to want... Yes, I'm heating water. That's
I'm
right.
waiting for the water because, well, cold water
Yeah.
hurts. Because it's the ache that goes up into the hands, into the
It
arms.
feels like it's
And it
probably
just-
warm now.
It just doesn't go away.
Yes. Old electric water.
They've been your grandma's.
Yep. And yes, it is utterly covered in clay. As everything in a ceramic shop ends up.
That's
Because yes, at this point, what I'll do is while you're centering that, I will pan over and show off the tool display again. Yes, because we went for a more of a vertical arrangement. It's our trial build.
and that's what happens when you watch
This is what happens when you watch too much, Adam Savage with his, you know, infrastructure,
With his one-day builds
with his
and
one day builds and
his
stuff.
tool tips.
Oh
And,
yes, tool porn.
yeah.
There we go.
But it's,
Yes,
Then-
and this is the black clay. Starts off kind of a milk chocolate brown.
yeah. And there are a number of clays that are this color out there, so.
Now,
Yeah.
there didn't used to be.
There used to be maybe 2 or 3.
So this mug is supposed to be in the 28 to 34 ounces. The big dang mug. Big mug. And yes, it's another descent mug.
Okay.
Yes, here's the one that wants the one with no words. I went through the forms of the ones that I had completed, making sure that I had not put words on one that didn't need words. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was one of the
And there was
ones.
one that has eye descent.
Yes, I saw that one today. That one is in the to be worked on pile.
Okay.
Because that one is one of the ones with the red clay.
Okay.
But yeah, the white mugs that we threw the other day, where the top edges are starting to get dry enough that you might be able to get handles, but they're still sticky down towards the bottom. Despite the fact that they've been uncovered, quote unquote, drying for 2 days.
Need to get the dehumidifier.
Yeah.
Well, we're also not having freezing temperatures at night. You don't want to run the dehumidifier when
No.
we have freeze warnings. We don't want to fry it.
No, we don't want to freeze its internal workings.
That would be bad.
So, does that look like it's going to be enough clay? 20 to 34 ounce?
Yeah,
So
probably.
it's about the size of our tea mugs, actually.
Drink a lot of tea.
Big dang mugs.
Because, look at this. Yeah, this is going to be fine.
Okay, yeah.
Look.
Yes. Okay, good. Then I can cut you off more pieces that size. Because that was the 47 ounces, and this one is that size. Good. Each clay is a different density, so I can't just cut off one size of lump
Yeah.
and have it be right. It's like, okay, I'll switch
Interesting with the black with the porcelain. Porcelain is a low density clay, and this is a high density clay.
Okay, so this is-
But yet they work together.
Yes. So when we're doing the black and white pieces, I have to get them the same weight. We're talking like 4 ounces of the white to 6 ounces of the black to get a 50-50 size chunk.
Mass.
Yes.
Mass.
So
Not
for them
weight.
to be volume wise.
Yeah.
Okay, and another one that size. Nope, this piece is too big at the moment.
This one is.
Nope, now it's too small. Of course it is.
Sorry.
Because yes, I have an old food scale that measure the lumps of clay on.
We bought it to measure clay.
Yes,
We bought it from a restaurant supply store.
yes. Because it's a lot
'Cause it
cheaper
was a
than a
lot-
shipping scale.
And it was also a lot cheaper
But it
than a scale that you could get at a ceramic store.
Oh yeah. And this one has, well, seen better days. As you can tell by how far off straight up
You
and
can
down the
also,
zero is.
it has a adjustment.
Oh yes. What it does is it turns the
No, but also on the back.
yeah. At some point maybe I should do that.
Yeah,
I could actually do that right now.
yeah, you could.
Scroll it up. There.
Because to begin
Yeah.
with, we were using a shipping scale, and what was electronic, and it did eventually just die horribly.
Yeah.
It didn't turn back on one day.
And that was awkward. Because, well, we weigh the clay, make sure that it's the same size
Because you'll get more consistent
results.
results by.
Measuring yourself.
And that was a bit of trivia that I picked up from college instructor.
Which one?
I think it was the one in Cal State Hayward.
The tall,
The
kind
tall
of sandy-headed one.
Yeah. He was large.
He was what? 6'6"?
Yeah, he didn't notice that it was short.
The two of us are 5 foot tall. He was like, how?
He's also
You're
the
6 foot tall. Over 6 foot. Oh, have you ever tried to overlay with white porcelain? I have silicone molds for cake making. This is always fun. I'm coating in a piece
yeah.
of porcelain. You have to have the right shrinkage rate.
Yeah, that would work as long as you have the same shrinkage rate. And
Yeah.
then what you can do is that or make the piece and then dip it.
Dip it. Slip dip.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
that
you can
shows
carve
how-
through it and get the really interesting.
Okay. Handles
So.
for those guys can go there. And
We haven't tried it doing the
layered?
layered
No.
in a mold like that.
No.
Because the silicone molds, I don't think would be ideal for the clay because it's not going to allow it to dry.
Yeah.
That's why clay molds are generally out of plaster.
Or something else that is absorbent.
You see it more often in
Yeah,
plaster.
we do have that's not this drawer. It's in one of these drawers. There we go. Yes, because here's one silicone mold. We don't use it that often.
I used it a few times to make faces.
Yes. That
Or,
tiny little piece
ratans.
right there. Ah, oh, thank you. It was one of the, I think it's the Hershey writing.
Yeah, because we made a
Miniature
number of those.
Hershey writing.
Yeah, pick it.
Where the head was about thumb sized. Our thumb. We wear
We'll
extra
make
small
you-
size gloves.
To see if that would make it go faster. Was it viable? Because we found this mold. It was kind of cool. I don't remember where we found the mold at.
I think that mold actually came from the ceramic shop.
Yeah.
Not all things that they sell at ceramic shops are terribly useful. Suddenly I realized I lost track of how many pieces I needed to cut. So that was one completed, one on wheel, that's those two.
And
Three,
we've gone to ceramic stores in 3 different states.
4.
So it's
Okay.
kind of like, oh, which one was that at? Well, we traveled a lot.
Okay.
Well, it's
So
not
we
going
have,
anywhere now, but
we have one spare that size. Oh, good. I'm like, oh, I think I have to check to make sure I don't need to switch sizes now.
Catherine goes, ooh, that seems to seem much use for scale.
Yeah. It's coated. By the way, no, we've never actually cleaned it.
Well, we took it with us traveling a number of times because, well, we were on the road for a month. We had a wheel, a kiln, and a number of the supplies with us.
I've gotten down past the section where the cups were mixed, grouped by size. So now I'm going, okay, that's a 20 to 24 ounce, 18s, 10s, more of that smaller size, like a 10 ounce one, 16, a few more 10s. Oh yes, and the mustache mug for Kim, which is more the 20 ounce. You go this pile, there, which is very fitting. The other one in that stack, is a set of 2 that get cat paws on the bottom,
Okay.
and xenomorph queens on them as decoration.
Oh, that's right. That was kind of like, cool. They get asked to do things that are utterly modern sometimes, which are okay.
So the one for the mustache mug is going to have the slightly smaller.
It's the
opening.
concave.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
that shape.
And I know who's getting that for Christmas. Because it's tip thing is, she's ordering one. It couldn't be for her husband or anything, could it? Sarah, think about it.
Yeah. Okay, so 24. Of course, I can see that. At this point, we're doing so many different sizes of mug. I actually wrote myself up a cheat sheet. As well, got to the point like, okay, how much was it for that size? Because it used to be that we pretty much only did 16 ounce, and then like that 28 to 30 ounce. Those were the two most popular sizes. But a lot of people
And your memory circuits aren't as
No.
spry as they used to be, Sarah.
No. I am. It's no longer the
Since she
young
was-
spry mind in comparison.
Oh, here, bubble. Bubbles are nasty.
Jesus. But I seem to have taken
Bubbles
the,
must die.
seem to have taken the edge off the cold of this play just by sitting in front of the heater.
Need a little bit more water. The problem with this
Gotcha.
small thing here is, well,
It's small.
small.
We did have more of these square buckets, but some of them recently cracked.
It died.
So-
It was sad.
And what those square buckets are, you know those plastic tubs that, you know, the
take-
washing pellets
For
from
dishwasher.
the dishwasher pellets at Costco come in? Yeah, that's what those are. That's what
We
those
should
buckets
put the stuff that the current one, put those in a giant Ziploc bag, the
Yeah.
gallon size, and bring it down here.
I think there's few enough now that I could put those in an old yogurt container. So I can still get into it with them.
That would be good. Because this little,
That yogurt container that you're using for the clay wash water for the wax, not cutting it.
yeah. Okay, still question, are you throwing mugs? Yes,
Yes, these are mugs. These
they're
are
big mugs. Well, the 28 to 32 ounce size mugs. And this cliche has a high shrinkage rate,
It's what?
17%.
17%. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
they
it's,
go down considerably.
yeah. I know, if they just look,
Look immense. Because I need one more that size piece. I think we're going to get through all of the larger mugs. And we may actually
not
do some of the smaller ones. How are your arms doing?
probably not going to be doing that much, sorry.
Okay, do you want me to put this second pile back away? These ones is what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can put those away for right
Okay.
now. And then,
Because it just occurred to me, it's like, oh, we did like half a bag with another color, and now we're getting to the point where we're mostly through another bag. Maybe I should, stop cutting pieces.
yeah. So I'm not a machine. Not really.
Start making your squeaky, achy sounds.
Okay, here's the next cut. Get the dew off the hand so it can go on to the next cut.
We are, filling the. I know that we're filling the shelves because things aren't drying, but we're filling the shelves.
Yeah.
Okay, this clay a good consistency, spritz it a little bit, or leave it as it is.
Probably leave it as it is.
Okay.
Or you could give it one spritz so
One
it doesn't dry.
spritz.
If we're going to turn on the dehumidifier.
True, very true. Yes. Spritz. Because a spray bottle is an invaluable piece of ceramic tool.
Yeah.
That about the number of sheets of plastic that came off of packaging that we've been using.
Yeah.
Well over a year now.
Yeah.
Stack these guys back there. Now, rather than being in order of date, they are now in order of scale.
Okay.
Probably have close to another full bag of blackware.
Might want to close up the remix there.
I'm actually still using that.
Oh, okay.
As I had to switch clays and cut stuff for you. Because at the moment I only have 4 of the...
Ah,
thinking
you're
about
still
the
doing the
teacup
handles.
Yes. I haven't finished with the handles. But yes, one of the things that this studio does lack is a sink. So what we did to solve that issue for, rinsing off hands, because well we do use so many different colors of clay, is there's a plastic container with water in it.
Yeah, it's not so bad when it's warm. There's
We do have a utility sink on the back porch. But this time of year it's kinda cold.
just all sorts of notes. There's a sink, utility sink in the garage.
And that's right next to the water heater, so that gets warm quickly.
But
there's up there.
it's up there.
We'll finish that piece of clay with it. This point scale.
Well, this is just
Well,
like a deck, really. It's an enclosed deck.
it's an improved enclosed deck. This is not a real
It's
part
a
of the
pretend
house.
it's a pretend room. It's not a real room. It pretends to be a room.
It's room-oid rather than room.
It wasn't considered a part of the house when we bought
Yes. It's not included in the square footage. Just I recall, this is like 300 and something square feet.
it. I don't know.
I'm
One place
trying to remember.
when we were looking up some of the history on it, it said it was 270 something.
This area?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
The house seems to have changed size and shape a number of times too.
Yeah.
So
It was built in 55 and had 1, maybe 2, it's hard to say, extensions. You, out of the pool.
there's any unevenness will just work its way up out the top. That's why it'll be uneven and it just slice off the unevenness and it goes away.
And yes, I know that it's only her hands in the large part of in the main part of the screen there. But yeah, she is not. There's great lengths of time where she's not watching what she's doing. She is reading the screen, looking out the window, asking me something. Like, could you get me some more water, please, before my hands freeze off? Oh, now the color water that I need is covered. I'm gonna have to move that lid.
Oh dear. Sponge. There we go. You may dry someday.
Dry this. But yeah, we need some more of those small baskets for
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
your
looked
pegboard.
online about those things, and it's also, oh my, there was so much to choose from. I don't know. It's the
Because that whole rabbit hole started when you got, what was it, an ad from Home Depot?
Home
Or-
Depot or Lowe's, one or the other.
So you looked into it going, I need something.
Oh,
Because
that's
we've been
kind of
talking-
interesting.
Talking about it for a couple of months, well, courtesy of watching the Adam Savage videos. They're
And
good
the fact that
videos,
not ever being able to find,
the tool you want.
yeah,
That you
then,
had in your hand 30 seconds prior.
yeah, and then you go, well, something about if you don't know where it is, you can't see it, you might as well not even add it.
If you can't find the tool, it's like it doesn't exist.
And there are times where couldn't find things. Or, I forgot I even had that.
Wow,
It's kinda
that's useful. And you have it for about a week, and then it disappears again.
and it's kind of, So this is a work in progress. It was $26. It came with the baskets. Lots more things than there was room for on here.
Well, we
And
could-
these 4 little black pegboards.
yeah. Which
It's so good.
they'll total. We relegate them from this, and get a proper larger piece of pegboard, and we can totally use those elsewhere.
Oh yeah.
Because this is one shop space of 3.
Oh, we have a shed,
Yes. The shed
which
has-
is more storage than anything else.
Yeah, it's not in the storage at the moment. We do want to get that set up for metalworking eventually.
Yeah, we do stained glass windows.
Yeah, we have a. Yes, she's learned how to do a lot of different art projects. Because she hit like the jackpot when it came to time to go through school.
Yeah, we got to do stained glass, leather, and glass wax casting, and fabrication, and pottery. I mean, including things like,
And then there was
Raccoon.
just the basic 2D art classes.
well, you have the drawing and the painting, and
Oil paint. And it wasn't just watercolor for painting.
yeah.
Two, four, 6, 7. We have 6. Okay, so finish this. And 2 glass candles, then you'll have 9 candles for the first 6 cups.
It's someday with the
Yeah.
stained glass, because I got rid of all the stained glass stuff when you guys were kids, because it's lead. I'm not going to have lead around little kids, and I've never gotten any more.
And that's also the thing with ceramic shops is they tend to also have a lot of glasswork supplies.
Yeah, because a
I'm not
lot
sure
of the ceramic stores also sell glass. Because the windows next to our front door. I mentioned the house was built in 1955. It's a single pane window, but it's the original glass still,
Yeah.
and it's fancy heavy glass. And so, what would become nice is to leaded pane windows, because it's 3 sections. You know how to do that. I've wanted to do that again, but needed a project. And now it's
That's
kind
the
of like,
perfect
okay.
topic for the project. And it was watching. It's a British show called Restoration Home, where they
Yeah.
take and they're restoring these old ancient buildings. The more recent one was the Victorian church being remade into a home. But to insulate these big, beautiful stained glass windows, they put some adhesive strips and a sheet of clear glass over it. So they made it a double pane window. It's double glazed then.
Yeah.
And we're like, we could totally do that and
But I'm
sandwich.
Yeah. You say I've always had this thing, this lead caving. That is like lead. It's a cumulative contact poison. I don't want to have that.
I grew up on the stories of her having the lead solder pot, and have burns all over her chest from it hitting
I
her
have
skin,
scars,
and cutting herself not on the glass but,
but
on the lead.
But yeah, and then put a sheet of glass over that, so it'll go from being single pane to triple pane. And it'll be more arts and crafts movement style window.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
and
would be
at that
kinda
point,
cool.
what you do is you put the crown molding in that room.
Yeah.
We have plans. It's a room that is not terribly used right now. 'Cause it's what we would be using to entertain in when we had friends over.
Yeah.
Which
There's also a fireplace
there's
in
a
there.
fireplace in that room. There's no electronics.
All the outlets are 2-prong outlets too.
Yeah.
This house was built in 1950, and some of the rooms were updated.
And
Some of them
have
were.
not been.
I think there's one of the bedrooms and the front room are still 2-prong outlets.
Yes.
The rest of the house are 3-prong outlets.
The only issue with one of the bedrooms being only two-prong is that's the one that our computer guy lives in, and he can't boot up machines in there to work on them.
Because those are
Because
three-prong.
three-prong, two-prong, we have to replace the outlet and use the
Sure.
fancy GFCI
Yeah.
to convert them.
Yeah.
He just needs one of the two outlets in that room.
I think there's 3 outlets in his room.
I think so.
But that room has not been updated at all.
No. Remove the lace curtains at least.
Can we remove those? Yes.
That was his one request.
Yeah.
Could we lose the lace curtains? Okay.
It's really nice lace, but yeah. Not very masculine.
No. I mean, he's not, a macho kind of guy, but it was just a little too much for him. It's just lace. Could we not? It's in a box in the attic now, in case we need
Some lace or
huge
something.
sheets of lace.
Yeah.
So those are
It's in the
not
yards category, you know? Okay, there we go.
So I think the panels are like 16 inches wide. Even if they're just 30, it's still, they're like 72 inches long. So it's like
not a
four
small
yards
window.
of lace.
Yeah.
And it's not that really horrible, scratchy synthetic sensation either.
Probably been there for a while.
Yeah. There, cover that up, see. Refill your water. There we go. Oops. Gonna float a little bit. So that'll be your last piece of the day then?
Yeah, this will be the last piece.
Okay, so at this point what I'll do is I'll get the heater turning off. Because it won't be that much longer. And it can go through its 60-second cool down cycle.
Yeah.
And then I'll get it switched to the dehumidifier. I'll probably want to tent the things that aren't drying up the handles. Because I don't want them to dry up too much.
Yeah.
And I will tint the handles.
Yes.
You guys sufficiently tinted? Yes.
Oh, that feels so good.
And while you're attaching handles,
Put the hands in the warm water. More than just to the fingertips.
and tomorrow when you're attaching handles, I'll get the sculpture started on the bat base.
Yes.
Yes, more plastic. That's right. Because yes, we can control the temperature out here to a degree. We can control the humidity to a degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to
Our
operate
subject-
on the clay's time scale.
And really are subject to what the weather is outside.
Yeah. We had one corner of the shop leak twice. Hasn't leaked again.
Yeah. And I think we may have at least severely slowed it down.
What?
We've had at least severely slowed it down, if not
Yeah.
stopped it. Of course, we had how much rain in an hour and a half?
In an hour and a half, we had 3 inches of rain.
Yeah.
3.5 inches of rain. It was kind of an extreme storm. That was the point where the weather was trying to block all that nasty smoke out of the air.
Yeah.
Okay. These handles. Also, I know that this white clay that handles firm up quickly. So if I'm going to get the dehumidifier going, definitely want those guys tinted. Heater's done. Unplug the heater. Plug in the dehumidifier. Come on, I said plug in. There we go. Power. Yes, it's good. According to the dehumidifier, it's 90% in here.
Yeah.
And I'll set it for 65%.
That's a good humidity. Good and breathable.
What?
Good and breathable.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yes, and then there's that order which has 4 different colors of clay. It has the white, it's got the stone gray, it's got the red, and it's got the black. Haven't started on the pieces on that, but I have that one outside the binder proper because there are so many colors involved.
Okay. There we go.
Alright. Probably a good point to stop here because look at the shelves.
Yeah.
I mean there's
Also, look at the windows.
yeah, they're starting to
They're all
fog.
they're fogged up. Yeah.
Okay, my hands are relatively clean, so I'm good to go and not track too much of the clay inside. Are you gonna want to use the rinse bucket? Or are you good?
Probably be good.
I was thinking what we could do is we could always cut the upper loops off of at least half of that once. Yeah. It's just an idea. Thanks for watching today.